Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I am Clementine, and as always, I am Super Saiyan, but never mind that. In this video, we're pulling, praying, spraying, cutting, gluing and butting, sawing while yawing. After all that band sawing, sanding, and sanding. And that's how you take a 100-year-old oak 2x4 out of a ancient house and turn that into one big chunky Gibson style neck blank. And we will forevermore, with fingers crossed, hope that being made out of oak will keep that headstock from just snapping off as soon as the wind blows on it the wrong way. So if this sounds like something you might be interested in, stay tuned.
Oh, them mean fuzzy.
Well, okie dokie artichokes. I've been trying to do this voiceover for 4 weeks. Well, here I am looking at the discombobulations of this here board. It's a 100-year-old 2x4 out of a house from Muscle Shoals. It's white oak. It's more like a 2.5 by 5 more than a 2x4. First thing I did was to see where all my nails and holes and stuff are and put one of them templates up there and just do a test spray on one side. And it didn't come out worth a damn, which lets me know that I'm gonna need to spray it again a different way on the other side. But before that, I need to start pulling out all these nails, stripping off all the other wood. I think this was a header above a door, if I remember correctly. I think it went between the bathroom and the back porch, not that it matters. But anyway, once that was done, I took this template and gave her the precision sprays. Give me a good crispy line. What I did was just kind of hold it real close and just barely fog. And now you can go to just slowly shoving it through the bandsaw. And really, I mean, that's that. You just follow them lines and shove it through the bandsaw. This crazy swan neck looking thing. And while I'm doing this, I want to talk about what I'm doing right here is making an acoustic guitar neck. It's exactly the same as the old Gibson Zero neck or like a Martin D15 neck. All pretty much exactly the same. Now, this is not a bad design. It does great on those guitars. It's awesome on the old jazz boxes. For a solid body flat guitar, it should not have this much neck angle. And the reason I say that is, think about any of those old guitars. You can lay them down on their back and they don't break off. And now I'm not being mean to Les Paul here either. He didn't design this guitar. What he designed was a guitar that is 4 inches thick that you can set on its back. It was called the Log. The original Fender jazz boxes. You can drop them on their back and they will not hit the headstock. And I'm not blaming Mr. Orville Gibson. He had passed away in the insane asylum long before this, and that is not a joke. The deal is, these guitars were designed and put together by factory workers. You know, a couple of businessmen. So they just took the acoustic neck that they had, or the jazz box neck they had, and stuck it on this solid body guitar. And it just had too much neck angle for that body. And because of it, looks like a lute. And lutes are the originator of the guitar, except for the Moorish guitars. But either way, they had pegs for tuning, not machine tuners. So they needed all that neck angle to keep the string from slipping on the nut and detuning the guitar. You don't need that with machine heads. Epiphones are not that steep. And if you say that, no, they would have known better. Now, once again, I know somebody's gonna be like, who is this Clementine asshole and who does he think he is and all that, right? But if they were so good, then why did the 52 model have the strings on the wrong side of the bridge? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. We're also going to discuss later on in the build how the bridge is in the wrong place on a 58. But that don't stop this from looking completely awesome, and once again, this is just the opinions of a man who is neither a professional musician nor a luthier. And then just for giggles, I started testing it for authenticity. Now, you won't catch me doing this after the truss rod slot is routed in, because then you only got 2 little matchsticks holding the headstock on. I asked my dad several times, are you sure you don't want me to build something else, because the headstock is going to break off of this? But luckily, you know the guy that can fix it. Yeah, I ended up with 1 nail hole in the back of the neck, but I think this will be carved out, and if it's not, it'll just be a little speck left. And there's a nail hole in the side of the headstock, but this ain't the actual side of the headstock. It needs wings, so that's not gonna hurt anything. And I did cheat and put just a tiny bit of like a 1/32 inch volute on here, because I know what I know. So now I need to make me a set of wings. The thing I'm gonna do is just throw the template up here, spray it. I overspread it like hell. I can still judge that perfectly. And it's the same grain in the same orientation. Smack it up on the bandsaw, start slowly pushing it through there, and I kind of just made some weird freestyle shape. That's what the wood plane's for, right? Hey, this is a part in this video that I can tell y'all I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But hey, as if by magic, it turned out absolutely perfect. So I just rip it through there, split it right in half, and it all does line up perfectly. And when I check it with the template here, I can see it's gonna work out just fine. And speaking of that,
today's video is brought to you by GuitarBuildingTemplates.com. Templates to build your guitar accurately since 2002. These guitar templates are CAD drawn and laser cut with 1/4" MDF for accuracy and durability. Every stage from CAD to cut is done in-house. They got classic telly, humbucker telly, baritone telly, thinline telly, custom telly, deluxe telly, double hum telly, hybrid telly, 50 strats, 60 strats, super strat, even 7 strings, Jazzmaster, single cut, double cut, SG, Junior, Firebird, V's, Explorers, 335s, Red Special Complete Kit, and several modern guitars. But what if you're a slapper and you play the bass? They got all the classic 4 strings and even a modern 5 with options. So if you want to save hours building guitars, go to GuitarBuildingTemplates.com. And viewers of the channel can apply coupon code HeavymetalATC15 for 15% off at checkout. Thank you, GuitarBuildingTemplates.com, for sponsoring the channel. Let's get back to some content.
and now is time for the planing. And watching and hearing planing makes me want to talk like the golf announcers on television. It looks like he's using a Union number 6 here. Oh, that's a bogey. So anyway, I used a plane, obviously, to flatten both sides of the headstock and both the little wings so they all fit together. Which in reality is a lot more like about an hour of fitting and sanding and flipping stuff around and fitting it again and then planing and then sanding and fitting. And now I can get back to the workbench and start putting some glue on that thing. I might have messed up though, because what I'm putting on here with this paintbrush is Type Bond 2, and Type Bond 2 does not dry completely crystallized solid like Type Bond Original or hide glue. So they say it might creep. We'll see. Either way, once I got it all slatherized on all 4 surfaces, I could start putting some clamps on there. And by that, I mean I put a whole bunch of damn clamps on there. Then slatherizing the glue and putting more clamps on there. But the end result was most splendiferous and radical-tacular. By the time I started taking the clamps off of it though, I had somehow convinced myself that like one of the sides was warped or something. I was looking in there into all them clamps and I thought, oh no, that there was going to be a problem when I got them all off. But it was just fine. And now I'm tracing on this G space N template. Man, that is steep. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is a steep headstock. And I'm sure that... And of course somebody's gonna be like, it's about the tone. You need pressure on the nut to get tone. So did Buck Owens have bad acoustic guitar tone with his Fender headstock? All you gotta do is build a simple jig with a 2x4, a single string, and a door hinge to figure out that that's purely bullshit. Or maybe it's not. You can debate that amongst yourselves in the comments down below as I roughly cut out this headstock on the bandsaw. And once that's done, I can roughly mark me a center line all the way down the neck, including the headstock, so I can take the actual template and clamp it to the headstock. Then the thing to do is take a trim router with a 1/4 by 1/4 inch bearing bit and start going around the template. I did it in 2 passes. I was just taking a little bit off, and since it's not deep enough to take the whole thing, ain't no need. Once I get done and I can see exactly where it's going to be cut, my final shape, just take a little saw and finish her off. And it turned out quite well. And after a bit of finish work with the rasp and a chainsaw file, as well as a dowel wrapped in sandpaper, I'm about ready for that Yankee dude named Mark to come kick open the door with a leather jacket on, give me some legal paperwork. Not quite, bro. But the one thing you will notice is the wings are uneven. So a little bit more rasping and sanding. Now they're not. And once I give it a good quick work over with the sanding beam, it appears to me she's ready for that black dyed Hollywood veneer. I don't know why they would use Hollywood for this, except for because of my weirdo wife. I know that that's what you make magic wands from. So maybe this guitar will be magical. But I tell you one thing, that headstock is ridiculously steep. And one thing I want you guys to remember is the way I made these templates by tracing them off of a television from a free PDF, then cutting that out of paper, marking that onto plywood, and then cutting that out with a bandsaw and sending it to size. When I set the fretboard down on this neck, it is dead nuts perfect. And I can't take no credit for this, man. This is just simply combination of luck and like natural born talent. I'm not a craftsman or any kind of experienced woodworker in any way. I just tend to be good at doing stuff. And that just about does it for this video. But the eagle-eyed of you may have noticed a continuity error where the body was just about finished about halfway through the build of this neck blank. So the next video in this series is going to be an awesome one where I turn my workbench into a router table. And as well, the next video on this channel is going to be completely awesome. I'll be reviewing a CNC controlled laser cutter and showing how it could be used specifically for people that build musical instruments, pedals, guitars, things like that. So, if you found this entertaining or educational in any way, please like and maybe subscribe! I am Clementine. You have been watching Heavy Metal ATC. Till next time!